your head, Camp, man. It's not really your fault that you're this way. You are a product of a failed system, a failed AAU system, where they see people who have natural talent at playing this game. They do. You see these guys, no known for the long faces, keeping your head down. There are people out here who have a natural talent for playing this game. It's built in their system, their soul, and their everyday being in the walk of life. And crying for calls isn't going to work. Begging the referee to save you. Look at the Indiana Pacers. They shot 3 free throws. 3. In a game that mattered. 3 free throws. Where does that even make sense? I've never seen that done. And he can't understand why their shot's not dropping and what's going on in the execution. As Mike Conley is trying to tell you, everybody is not on the same page here.
Seep into the minds of a young team when it gets down to 4 minutes left and it's a close game and you don't have the positive reinforcement that we can beat this team when the game gets close. Do you see that?
I can say it'd be the opposite. If you were winning those games, you would feel confident when you look up and you look, 4 minutes left and you've been winning the game, you're going to think positive thoughts.
Anthony Edwards is searching for an excuse and a reason.
Looking up and saying, how are we going to win this one? How we got to figure it out. This is the moment of the game where we got to be tight and together and figure it out. Obviously, it's on our minds because for the majority of this series, I felt we've given ourselves a chance. We've given ourselves leads. We've given ourselves opportunities, and we know what part of the game we need to be better at. And the part that's going to win us the game is going to be that fourth quarter.
For the three of you, especially, I think in the first half, maybe you're struggling maybe to score the ball a little bit. And I felt like Cat was especially more aggressive, and you were especially.
They owe them one.
There's something you can take away from that.
They've lost these games.
For your offensive rhythm, just what was working there.
Was hopping out on the court, so I might be figuring out too. But no, just getting into our actions and getting good shots. We didn't shoot the ball as well as we would like to too. But in that spurt, I think we were doing a good job of getting into our actions, playing with pace. We obviously could play with a little more pace, but we were getting the shots we like. We just gotta convert. That's just what it comes down to. Sometimes the NBA game comes down to making or missing shots, and we just gotta make more shots and still work hard to get good shots. You know what I'm saying?
When you guys were in your two-man game and you're doing a lot of respacing, is it harder to respace when they're filling gaps and being a little bit tenser up there, or is it easier to respace, or is it just a different way?
Even when we was respacing and we was getting to our spots, we just wasn't knocking the shots down. So, at the end of the day, they're going to be in the gaps even more the more we miss. We didn't shoot the ball well from 3 tonight at all. Yeah, I didn't make one. Nobody shot well, but Jaden and Mike from 3. And, and we keep shooting like that, and they just going to keep being in the gaps. So no matter how we respace and get back out to the three-point line, if we don't knock them down, they're going to sit in the gaps all night.
And what that box score stands out to you?
31 to 17. They had 31 free throws, we had 17.
Do you think the physicality that was emphasized in the second half of the season, they seemed like the refs were allowing you guys to play a little more hands, a little more with the body? There was foul trouble. I think you guys won the penalty, but maybe 8 minutes. Is it inconsistency, Mike? You were in foul trouble. What did you see? How did you see? I won't say the game being caught. I'm not trying to get you in trouble, but did you feel it being a little different tonight?
Man, you trying. No, honestly, a lot of my fouls were fouls, I thought. But it's about consistency on both ends. Yes, that's all we asked for at the end of the day. If I foul, foul the jump shoot. I've done it 2-3 times this series.
Call the hands on Mike foul and just call it down.
That's all.
we asked
So it's just consistency.
Yeah.
And if
They
we
did a
get
great job tonight. We just asked for the same calls down there.
Yep.
For teams that have been throwing a lot of defensive attention at you all season,
Now,
especially in these playoffs. Why
they asking for the same calls. I'm just asking for the same calls they got down there. I'm asking for the same calls down there. Make it consistent. They're looking for the reason when they just explained the reason why they're losing. You're not hitting shots. You don't score for 3 minutes. You're taking bad shots. Y'all just explained it. You have to get into your actions quicker. It's taking too long for y'all to get into y'all actions. And when you take too long to do that, you get bad shots and low shot clock possibilities. You're getting to your actions with 10 on the clock. That's not good. So they're staying in the gaps because you got Karl Anthony Curry out there on a tippy-toe 3. And they're not dropping. So you just admitted to why you're losing the game. This isn't a team that's been hot and they got cooled off because somebody gave them some bad calls. No, you're not making shots. You're playing dumb basketball. So it's not just Kent, man. You got Karl Anthony Curry just as worse. So you got Karl Anthony Curry and Kent, man. And they're out here screwing them out of the whole damn game. Well, he is what he is. He's soft. You can't change and hit a switch and become tough in the Western Conference Finals. You was Karl Anthony Curry when you came in here. You're going to be Karl Anthony Curry. That's why I said the worst thing for the Timberwolves was Karl Anthony Curry winning that three-point contest. When he won the three-point shootout as a big man, it was all over. I said, that's it. His whole game is altered now. That's all he finna do. He ain't gonna want to go in the post. You're down 1, and you got a damn point guard on you, and you want to go to the three-point line. So it ain't just Kent, man. It's Karl Anthony Curry. But it's funny to me when they lose, they come out there with the whole team. But when they win, they're at the podium by themselves. Yeah, I'm at the podium by myself. We won. Yeah, it's all me. But when you lose, you bringing your other teammates with you. Why you ain't got that same energy when you lose? You want to do the interview by the locker room. You don't want to go out there on the panel. Can't face the music, huh, Kent, man? Leave him alone. He's just a kid. No, he ain't. He's an adult. He's 22. You're an adult. You playing a grown man's game. NBA, no babies allowed. Now, I bet you he gets stopped by the cops, they ain't gonna say he's a kid. They gonna say this is a 22-year-old grown man. He's a man. Y'all want to baby him. I'm not babying him. He's a man. You see? He's a man. He's not a machine. Now, Carl Anthony Curry is one of the reasons. The second reason is Campman. They're taking bad shots. They're playing bad basketball. And why the reason they're playing bad basketball is because no one is telling them what they're doing is wrong. Now let's listen to Carl Anthony Curry.
Another chance to play some more basketball. Put one in the left column, so it's not an opportunity. How did the win change the complexion? I'm confident. I put the work in, so I'm confident to go out there, shoot the ball, and the plan is always to see what's in the net. How would the win change the complexion of this series, just overall for this team? The win helps us, put one in the left column and just helps us have some momentum. We've had a lot of times this series where we were up and we just didn't finish the game, so to be able to finish the game out and put W, definitely helped. That's a lovely one. Once you get to go play back, you would get to go play back home in real play. You have a chance to play back home again too, and that would be. Just be able to play in front of our fans and like I said, continue momentum. We just gotta get the first one. I think we get the first one, and we'll work on the next one. But right now, we gotta stay in the present. We've done a great job, and we've been faced with adversity, so another chance for us to prove it. Just utilize our unity, our cohesiveness, togetherness. I know in that series we got to bring to our real not outside of just people in general, around the city or around us. And the series is over to a lot of people, but everyone in that locker room believes, and as long as everyone in that locker room believes, anything is possible. I feel like I work hard in my game, so I know that I can score at any level. So I just gotta go out there and find ways to put the ball in the basket. I think it's a bad time to shooting to show up from three, but it is what it is. We're in this situation now, and we're gonna find ourselves. We're gonna fight ourselves to get out of it.
Just in a scale, where is your confidence level?
High. My confidence is very high. It's not gonna, like I said, my confidence is not gonna be deterred because I'm not making some threes that I'm usually always making. I put the work in. I trust the work I put in. I believe in the work I put in. So my confidence is extremely high. And our team, I think that we've been through adversity before. So just a chance for us to again go through adversity, show our unity, show our cohesiveness, and go out there and play to the best of our ability. What's the approach to try to finish the games a little bit, just execute at a higher level. I think, we talked about minimizing those turnovers, especially in the end. So doing a better job of giving ourselves a chance to win the game and to close it out. So I think that's what we're going to do better.
Defensively, you all need to do anything different to slow down Kyrie and Irving?
I think that, we're going to do anything differently. I think our game plan is just to not let them score. They've been scoring, and I think our game plan we have is no scoring, and it's not going to work out well, and it hasn't. So we're going to just do a better job this time around of making it more difficult for them to put the ball in the basket.
One of the things that's been a problem in this series is either stopping the lob or the corner three or the penetration. It seems like a picture voice situation. How do you resolve those?
We have a game plan, hopefully, to minimize that, and also on the other side, like you said, Timberwolves defense is playing suffocating defense. The suffocating defense comes in a large amount of energy expended, so we gotta go out there and do even more. We've shown how we look when we look like the Wolfpack, really going out there and fighting for every possession, every defensive possession especially, and trapping aggressively and playing the basketball aggressively. So I think just getting back to that and doing that at an even higher level that we've done in this series.
The NBA fraternity is pretty small, Big Ten fraternity is smaller. Thoughts about the passion of football, if you guys have any interactions?
Yeah, I was definitely felt hurt by when I got that news. I don't have social media, so I was told by JC on our team, Jalen Clark, who was a UCLA Blue himself, and I was honored to be able to talk to him again at All-Star Weekend and have a great conversation with him. He's always been just such a nice guy who just kind of brings an energy to a room that can't be talked about unless you meet him. He lights up every room, and he always has such a big personality. I think that everyone knows. So it's definitely it's a sad day in the NBA. It's a sad day for fraternity. He's such an amazing not only player and someone who contributed so much to our game, but such an amazing person who's really brought a bright spot to a lot of people's lives.
Yeah, would you turn up to social media?
A long time ago. I think when I came back from injury, so you got people to take care of that.
So that's how that breakdown was. Now, you call out Kyrie, and Kyrie shows up, and you don't. Now, you're totally embarrassing yourself. And that's the difference. This is why Carl Anthony Curry is not getting the abuse that Campman is getting. Because Campman is a loudmouth. He's young, he's brash, and he just says things because he's part of this social media group. Y'all love this, I'm just talking, the camera's on me, and when they winning, everybody's big, bad, and bold. But when they lose, that's when you find the character in the man. See, when they losing, it's a whole different world. Now they looking for a reason. Now let's throw it to the refs. We need the free throws. We need fouls. It ain't the free throws' fault when your game is tied. How is it the free throws' fault when the game is tied and you go down there and wet the bed? Because you shooting the ball crazy. You taking shots. You turning over the ball in the clutch. Hell, the game's tied. I can see if y'all were cooking. And the refs kept y'all from winning the game, but y'all was doing y'all part. Now, if the ref kept y'all from doing y'all part, then I can understand your argument. But I can't understand your argument when you have done your part. No, Cat Man doing as usual. You see Cat just say basic, hey, this is what it is. You know, I believe, we confident. I'm going to come out and do my job. Nobody want to hear excuses when you really ain't got one. See, that's the part that pisses people off. You don't have an excuse. You really don't have one. There is no excuse for y'all to be this terrible. Carl Anthony Curry missing he hit 4 threes, I think, the entire series. Naturally, your MC brain should tell you, maybe I should go post up. Maybe I should be going inside and getting some buckets, because I ain't hitting from out there. But no, not Carl Anthony Curry. He's Dale Bastard's son, Carl Anthony Curry. Dad! Dad! Oh, they kept him locked up. Hey, you guys! Dale Curry's illegitimate son, Carl Anthony Curry. Oh, make you proud, Dad. Kept him chained up in the basement like you don't fit the Curry logo, but he's got the shot just like him. Tippy toe. Right. So Carl Anthony Curry in Catman is shooting you out of the series. But here's the thing, going into this, y'all are the reason for all of this. All you people on social media have been filling up the head of Campman because he's on social media. And because he's on social media, the bird and got him a worm. Go ahead, bird, get down. Now, because of this nonsense, right, that has transpired, that has brought everything to the forefront, let's reiterate some things so that people can understand exactly what we mean. You guys are the reason for all of this. Yep, you guys. And it's a beautiful thing to see. It's a beautiful thing to see. Because all of y'all going into this series was talking about PJ, man, PJ finna get it. Man, he finna get embarrassed, man. Man finna score like 40 a game on PJ Washington. Y'all think PJ Washington finna stop man? Now y'all up here. He's 22 years old, man. He's just a kid. He's a little baby. Give him some time. No. Y'all gonna have to follow through this time. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Y'all gotta follow through. Our memory ain't bad. Yeah. We remember what you said. We remembered all that noise. Remember that Wolves guy that showed up on the live stream? Funny, he ain't been here the whole Dallas series. He ain't shown up at all. He kept dropping the N-word. We like, look, homie, we don't know you like that. Yeah, he kept showing up. Yeah, N-word. It's like, look, homie. I'm going to tell you one more time. Ant wanted Kyrie and got his ass busted. Yeah, that's true. Oh, I'm going to give him a break. I'm going to break my foot off in his ass. For all this hype talk, y'all done did. All this Michael Jordan crap. All this, can't nobody guard me. I'm putting them all in jail. All this bragging and braggadocious. Now you're going to get the treatment. You gotta pay for your defiance. Because you don't know every goddamn thing, you young whippersnapper. Am I just dumping on him, or am I giving him constructive criticism to go along with it? Because I know what's wrong with his game. Going into this series, I told you what was wrong with his game. Did y'all agree with me? Nope. Y'all said this guy got all the tools. He got a whole bag. This guy got everything. I was like, no, he don't. And I'm watching people on TV who should know better saying the same damn thing. Man, this Anthony Edwards, man, he's something else. He's next level. He's this thing. He's got a great, he's a bunch of athleticism. You do pull-up jump shots. We've seen a lot of those guys. He can't play with his back to the basket. At all. This ain't hating. This is exploiting you and exposing you to the truth yet again, which we've been telling y'all all series long. Told you all about this Camp Man. Told you this when he was playing against Denver. What Camp Man was. And he got exposed every game. So it's the referee's fault. You sucked it up for 5 straight games. Because since he had those back-to-back 40s, when they lost 3 in a row, he was looking bad. Against Denver, he didn't even look good in the game they won in Game 7. Carl Anthony Curry was saving his ass. It's Dale's illegitimate son, Carl Anthony. Carl Anthony Curry. Steph be man. I ain't know I had another brother. Yeah, Steph, you got another Curry out there, dude. Man, Dad, you ain't never told me we had another son. Where is that? Man, he never told me I had another brother. What's your name, man? Carl Anthony Kyrie. Yeah, that sound cool, man. It sound real cool, bro. Anyway, I'm gonna go shoot. I'll work on some moves. Now, I'm telling you, he ain't gotta talk. His game gonna talk for him. As long as he score fast and shoot fast, and his game is fast, that's all that matters. He can talk like he drunk. They was like, how do you get his voice down? You got the Curry voice down. Like, very easy to do. You just talk like you about to go to sleep. Slow your octave down to a crawl. And like you about to go to sleep and you really don't care about anything you about to say coming out your mouth. Now, Anthony Edwards has proven, and now people saying he's being overhyped. It's funny how Chris Canty now is sitting over here saying that he blames Anthony Edwards' lackluster performance in the Western Conference Finals. He looked only good for about 3 games against Denver. And that was it. He was terrible every other game. And it was Carl Anthony Curry bailing him out. So now he comes into this series and he's terrible coming through the gate. This was the first real decent game he's had, even though he shot the ball poorly down the stretch. Now they're saying, hey, he's been overhyped. We said this at the height of the hype. So y'all can't say I'm just doing this because he's playing bad. I've been saying this all along. You guys didn't listen. You drunk the Kool-Aid all the way down to the sugar. So I'm going to tell y'all right now, since y'all drunk up all the Kool-Aid, y'all ain't finna come in here and Tootsie Roll, Tootsie Slide y'all way out of this. And now they saying, man, it's Cat fault. Carl Anthony Curry is leaving Campman out there to dry. He leaving him out there to dry. No, you the man. I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to hear none of these people that was kissing these dudes' ass and saying, man, he's too much. Luka can't guard him and all. I don't want to hear none of these excuses. Y'all better just say exactly, they not as good as we thought they were. They got a lot of talent. They don't know how to lock it all in. They play unstructured basketball. That's pure athleticism. Not a lot of smarts. I'm tired. After game 1, he talking about he was tired. Then what happened in game 2? Game 3. Were they tired then? See, it's all this craziness. You know why you tired? Because you eating McDonald's.
What's up, nephews? Hello, y'all. Asking questions here. I'm trying to put an order in. McDonald's. Yeah, third.
What's on the menu today?
Chris, he said no questions.
Yeah, right. Tell me lock in. Hold on. I got one more thing. The cheeks. Oh, hold on. Wait. Customize, no ice. I like Minnesota. I love Minnesota, man. Hope y'all love me back.
So all that McDonald's is catching up to your ass. You probably need some ice for that soda. You drinking soda. No, I like Anthony Edwards. But I know what he is. He's an all-star reserve. He's not Michael Jordan. Y'all got to stop letting these people put y'all in these boxes. Stop being subservient to social media and all the stuff they sell you. You hear it on social media, you hear it on ESPN, and you run out and regurgitate it, and you sound like idiots to people that know better, that actually watch the game. I've seen Anthony Edwards blow me money. I know what he's good at, I know what he's weak at. And his weaknesses hasn't been worked on. He's just working on more, doing the same what he's good at. And I've seen that happen with a player named LeBron James. And when I sit there and say LeBron's a bum and tell you why he's a bum, it's the same reasons why Anthony Edwards needs to improve and learn how to shoot and have a short game, a small game. He's got to learn how to go in the post and do a post move, turn around, spin, jump shots, post somebody up, bang. You save more energy doing that than going around there burning energy trying to cross somebody at the top of the key. You're doing all this, you're exerting a lot of energy, especially when you don't shoot the ball. You can't just keep cross, and drive into the basket. That's burning a lot of energy. You're killing yourself to do all that work for nothing. This is how Michael Jordan ended up winning championships. He realized, damn, I'm killing myself to get 35 a night when I can get it easy. I can just score 8, and 8. I can score 8. That's 4 baskets. So he's like, I can score 4 baskets a quarter? Easy. That's easy for me. So I could average, if I wanted to, I could average in the 30s every night. So Mike, if that was his philosophy, he's like, look, I could easily average that. That's 4 buckets a quarter if I wanted to do it that way. It's very easy. So this is how he was able to have 30 some a night, and he wasn't really putting up that much of an effort. He could post up, get to his spots on the court, pull up, jump shot. You couldn't do nothing about it. He could drive, spin around. He had moves. He didn't have to go all the way in to dunk the ball on you. But Mike's game was so profound, he could score from anywhere on the court. He didn't really need a spot. So if you knew that, then you would know that to get to that level, and they saying he 22. I don't want to be hearing this when he's 25. He's still doing the same damn thing. You got to learn how to play with your back to the basket. Devin Booker, all these other guys with no footwork. You got to learn how to, yeah. It's a learning curve for a lot of these people. Well, there's so much going on. No, 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 no. Well, the thing is that people are learning a lot about personalities and things about being an accepted human being to those who are not. Like the learning curve and everything that's going on, and Anthony Edwards is crying about the referees is his way of pivoting the blame. The referees ain't got nothing to do with you're not hitting your shots. Okay. Now, I admit some calls should have been going y'all way, and they got a lot of calls because they were going to the rim. But you're not gonna get calls shooting threes, buddy, and pull up jump shots. Right? Kevin Durant don't get on the line unless Kevin Durant go down there to that post. Okay, you can't be slashing to the basket all the time thinking you finna get a foul and all that every single time. Now they calling Kyrie Irving the ant killer. So Kyrie didn't call himself that, but now because of your mouth, Kyrie is now called the ant killer. The ant killer. So now if he's the ant killer, now what I'm trying to tell y'all is Campman got problems now. Your mouth then talked yourself into this situation. Now you got the ant killer out here. Ant killer on the move. Lively did make a difference. Without Lively, the game wouldn't have been close. They wouldn't have got back in the game because Lively was already dominating. Gafford came in and filled in the gaps just fine too, down the stretch. But Lively is young and fast, and you got to keep up with him, and he helps burn out guys like Anthony Edwards. They got to try to keep up with that guy. That guy, for a rookie to be his size, has a motor. And he keeps going. And he burns out the bigs. And that's why they keep getting alley-oop dunks. How many times Dallas has gotten fouls because they were at the rim? Getting pump fakes. How many times they got fouled because you guys tried to go in there and foul the guy on the alley-oop? You guys can't protect the baseline because all of your bigs is out there shooting threes. And your refusal to get small has hurt y'all because they bigs are playing bigs. Lively ain't at the three unless he's setting the pick. And if Lively sets a pick at the top of the screen, at the top of the key, he's running back down there to get into the play. He's getting himself back in there. He's running back down there. He's getting back in the game. He's getting back on defense. He's hustling. Right. Luka argued for calls all game. I'm not mad at him arguing for calls, but Luka ain't arguing calls and sitting over there missing 55 shots. He's arguing for calls even if he didn't. He's 20 for 20 from the field. But when you missing shots and ain't making shots, how you sitting over there blaming the refs? Man, ref, no, it ain't the ref's fault. You passed up a shot and gave it to Mike Conley with 3 on the shot clock. It ain't the ref's fault you passing the ball out of bounds. It ain't the ref's fault you messing up down the stretch. That's on you. Now, yeah, the refs can give you some free throws, but when you ain't doing your part, I can't give you no slack. I point out all the times when the refs are screwing up. But I can't sit there and give you no, well, I got to go ahead and say this, but this is bad. I can't do that. That doesn't make any sense. Right, you go 3 minutes without scoring. It's inexcusable. I mean, what happened to the Indiana Pacers shooting 3 free throws for an entire 4 quarters of basketball? That's atrocious. 3 free throw attempts. That's outrageous. Oh, it's 5 o'clock. Great. Forgot I started my day late today. Are you listening, or maybe your texts are coming in late? Luka's always going to complain about foul calls. This ain't about complaining about foul calls. This is blatantly going on the podium and blaming the refs for why you're losing the games. That's not why you're losing these games at all. That's a cop-out. You can't do that when you're missing shots. You can't do that when you're shooting 4 for 3. Did you see the Carl Anthony Curry do that? No, he didn't. Carl Anthony Curry just like, hey, it's on me, because he know he ain't making the threes. So it's hard for you to blame the refs when you ain't doing your part. That's what I'm saying. Luka complaining, but he got like 33. You know, Luka gonna complain no matter what. He see a foul as a foul. So he gonna be talking all game. That ain't never gonna stop. But he ain't going up there blaming the refs for the whole game. We just saying call the same thing on the other side. That's all we saying. Wasn't it me who called out the PJ Washington 3 in OKC? And I said, that's not a foul. That was me, right? And I was pulling for Dallas. But I said, that's not a foul. He got the ball first. I'm like, he got the ball first. So how is this a foul? And they still upheld it like really quick. That was the quickest review in the history of basketball. And PJ Washington went up there and hit the free throws. Because they wanted to get rid of OKC, it was time for them to go. So I call it down the line. Well, you gotta understand, when you're the only person that's doing something, then fine. Because they don't understand it. And when people don't understand something, what do? They hate on it. Man, how many times have we seen it? And we've said it. They gotta make adjustments better. You just can't go out there like blanket, you know? Can't do that. These whole scenarios that you see nowadays, these people just don't want it like we do. You know, we're a whole different animal. Well, they have people that do certain tasks. So if you're thinking about Anthony Edwards as being a guy that's gonna, stand the test of time and say, okay, well, Anthony Edwards is a guy I trust down the stretch. How many of y'all really feel like that? How many of y'all really feel like this is a guy down the stretch I could trust? How many of y'all feel like Ant-Man is the guy that you can trust down the stretch? The game on the line. I'm going to Ant-Man for the win. It's a lot of us here. And a lot of us don't believe in that. And you know who else don't trust him down the stretch? The Minnesota Timberwolves. The Minnesota Timberwolves do not go to Anthony Edwards down the stretch. They go to Carl Anthony Curry. Carl Anthony Curry is the one that normally wins the games. Oh yeah, it's been raining all Memorial Day weekend, which cost the vendors a lot of money when they had these carnivals and stuff. Because now they put up all these rides and all this stuff, and now it's like money gone. Well, when people don't... Exactly. I understand what you're saying, and I get it. But you got to understand this. Most people, they don't see it the way we see things, you know? They get stuck into this remember the time thing, where they stuck in this time warp of what the world used to be. Man, it's coming down. I would not trust Anthony Edwards. No, Luka's not a bad leader. He's a great teammate, but he's the leader that his leadership skills needed polishing. His leadership skill needed polishing. Oh, it's over. The Mavs winning tonight. But I'm betting on Minnesota in the points. I will keep the consistency going on betting on the Mavs and the points. From a financial standpoint, it does not help you. Do you really want to pay for everybody to go back to Minnesota? No. For what? Yeah, I got a long journey, man. I'm driving through a tornado storm. Woo! Luka plays defense. You just don't notice when he does. He make key moments in defense. Gets a lot of steals. Defensive efficiency has improved a lot. He's not quick. And yeah, you get him, you'll go get by him. But when you do, he got help. So the thing that he's improved on is his leadership quality. Kyrie is able to talk to him, and he's able to trust Kyrie Irving. He now has someone else on the team that he can talk to, that can trust. Him and Porzingis was going to be fights every day because Porzingis is an a-hole. And dealing with him is a head, he's a head case. So him and Luka were about to come to blows. Everybody thought like, oh, they're 2 Euro players. They're not from the same part of town. I don't know why they keep thinking that. Like, yeah, the 2 Euro guys on the same team. Like, that don't mean they friends. Do you know the Euros war all the time against each other? So Kyrie's teaching him leadership skills. All of these techniques to be a leader. And what it takes from being through the league. Having to lead LeBron. Having to lead with Kevin Durant. It was Kyrie as the leader. Playing with all these great players on teams. With Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and how to lead He had to show what it takes. He's got to teach him the small details. All the Luka bad body energy and pouting and getting mad at players when they run something wrong all the time, shaking his head, his negative energy that goes into the team. Kyrie's teaching him not to do that at all. You got to eliminate that. You got to get that out of your system. Say, hey, stay locked in. Okay, positive energy. You got to teach him that. Luka is a negative energy vibe. He thrives on it. It's what fuels him. He loves that being hated in the booths. That gets him going. He loves to stick it to you. So if he gets an opportunity to stick it to you in any way he can, this is right up his alley. It's like, great, because this is what I wanted to do to you. Yeah, Boston, man, they couldn't even hold it. They couldn't even hold their racism. They already bashing Kyrie Irving. They bashing Kyrie all the way around there. Now, wouldn't it be fate if Kyrie's the one to stop the Boston Celtics from winning a championship? Oh my gosh, how great would that be? Right now, Manchester United, my team, deserves all of the abuse. Team got to be sold. Everything got to be changed. We made so many dumb mistakes with managers and everything. That whole team got to be, we got to flush everything out. We've gotten rid of and wasted talent of some of the greatest players just to screw it all up. Hell, you get Ronaldo and screw that up. We screwed up so much. We turned into the Lakers. Holding on to yesterday when we were the most dominant force in the whole soccer world. Nobody messed with Manchester United. We have won more titles than anybody. What would I know about the Manchester United? The Red Men? Oh my gosh. Did this guy bump his head and didn't know who I was? I worked for Aon Hewitt. Do you know Aon used to own the Manchester United? They used to be the sponsors. Of course, you remember seeing Aon across their chest. Well, when you have the wrong management in place and you have the wrong agenda, you let some of your most talented players, you're not playing them, your substitutions are horrible, and you can't make game time decisions. And we got managers that shouldn't even have been hired in the first place. We're taking the cheap route. We get cheap results. I don't know how many times I have to say that. You take the cheap path, you get cheap results. It's not hard to figure out. They're 76-20 this season. And overrated. I win. Once the Mavs get to play against Boston, I win. Because if the Celtics win, that hurt the Lakers. So I'm really happy with that. I'll be happy for Jaylen Brown, and that'll be about it. But I'll be happy it sticks to the Lakers and LeBron. Because now the Laker fans going to really turn up the heat on LeBron. Man, Boston is ahead of us. What's going on, man? We can't live like this. And then you look at what's happening with everything else. Translation: if Dallas win, Kyrie Irving got a ring again over LeBron, and Stephen A look like a fool every day when he keeps saying you should retire. You should just retire. And now he's in the NBA Finals playing the best basketball than a 22-year-old superstar. And now you gotta kiss his ass every day on your show. I feel good. I'm not rooting for the Celtics. I'm saying if they win, I wouldn't care. I don't want them to win it all. I want Dallas to win it all. Because I want Kyrie to get another ring. Kyrie and Luka get a ring? Oh, that's perfect. Now, what I don't want happening, let's discuss that. I don't want Minnesota in the finals. That's it. The Russian club, Astoria. Nothing but the cocaine hub. It's all it is. Yep, the Burger King right there. I'm like, we used to go to, man, there's so many hood stories. The Burger King here. My girl lived across the street. I used to date a girl that stayed right across the street, and she had all these Russian friends because she'll be at this Russian club. And then they got her hooked on cocaine. I'll never forget it. Oh, wow. Well, the reason why this ride doesn't normally take this long is rush hour. Like the movie Rush Hour, everybody's coming home from. No, I end up talking about her in hood stories a lot because, you know, you end up dating somebody and don't know they got a drug problem, and you dating me with a drug problem ain't gonna last. That is not going to last. I dated a crack baby. My gosh. Well, you know, a baby ain't gonna, you know, be able to make their own decisions. What you doing with a baby? What's on American radio? I don't listen to radio. I listen to talk radio. That's about it. For music, no. Radio's dead. Yeah, I'm in the Latin Kings quarter right now. I don't want to take the Latin King route, but I gotta take the Latin King route. So all these memories are coming back now. All the hood stories. Well, the problem was very simple. Don't go to the Latin Kings territory. That's crazy. This is a mattress firm now? See, there used to be a strip club down this street. And all the strippers, my boy wife used to work at the strip club. And we would all come here to this Denny's after, and then all the strippers would just start buying everybody food. This all Latin King area. I don't like to be over here. Keep straight. But now things done changed. You see new stores. It used to be a club right there. Uh-oh, I'm like, what happened? Tatum is scared of Luka. He gon' be. And that's what Christian, I'm like, Christian, we gonna wait till it get there. But yeah, when that final show up, I want to see you front line and center every goddamn game. We got to get rid of Minnesota first. Nah, he don't. Kyrie is 14-0 in closeouts. Well, here we go. He could be 15-0. I think Boston and Dallas go 7 games. But I can't bet it yet. I gotta wait till it hit. I got Dallas winning the championship and Boston in Game 7. How epic is that gonna be? Cat soft, Rudy soft, Can't Man soft, eating McDonald's soft. Trying to get Luka a ring. No, it was getting Luka in the most valuable player award. That was years ago. It was about trying to get Joel Embiid push to push the 76ers to the finals. But yeah, Luka getting there, yeah, but Luka's not liked by the media. That's the reason why he doesn't get it. The media hates his guts. So that's the reason he doesn't get. They love the Joker. They don't love Luka. Didn't you see Jaylen Brown get MVP of the thing? Do you know why he got that? Changes had to be made. See, that trophy was finna go to Jason Tatum. But we're gonna get into that a little later. So anyway, I'm out. Shouts out to Kwame Brown, Bus Life, Ticket TV, The Dreamers Pro, Jag Sports with Jose Rodriguez, Armando Black TV, and I'm out.